leg is broken because we could tie you guys up together and then we could utilize you guys to walk.
KP, check.
KP has a broken leg too? Wow. Okay. No, my left leg is broken. I got hit when the car. I drove my mother to the airport because he's a pilot going to Indonesia. And then when I was driving back home, some Hijabi chick, she hit me. She was drink driving, and she broke my leg. And then they did surgery on my leg, but they fucked up my surgery. They didn't do it properly. And then I had to get another surgery on my leg like last week. So I gotta stay in Australia for like another month if I go back to Africa. But yeah, my leg is pretty. It's not in good shape. Let's put it that way. But
go find yourself a hot chick. Ask her if she has a good right leg, and see if she'll tie her left leg to your right leg, and then you can maneuver. You can walk.
You can do the hokey pokey.
I'm like,
you put your left leg in, you take your left leg out. Yeah, it's not but you can wiggle it all about.
No, but Ben, John knows I'm married already. I got a fantastic missus. She takes care of me. So after it gets fixed up, I'm gonna probably go on a holiday with her. Probably like I don't know, maybe somewhere in Malaysia or Indonesia or maybe Nepal. I don't know, but I want somewhere hot because I don't like cold weather. Or maybe Bosnia in the summer, you know. But yeah, my leg, they fucked up my surgery in my leg. I don't even know what to do with the hospital, but it's gonna get better.
Well, you did the hokey pokey. You turn yourself
Yeah.
around.
I know you have a great wife, but I'll even tell her she needs to tie her left leg to your right leg. Just,
Why do you want that to happen?
It's an American song, AJ.
It's a kid's song.
My wife is American though. She's from Alabama.
You've never heard the hokey pokey?
Yeah, you put your left foot in, you put your right foot in, blah, blah, blah. Do the hokey pokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Bum, 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 bum.
And then right after that, you would like.
I know, it's a great song.
see, Americans were taught, our generation, with just most of who's in here right now, our generation was taught on field days, which are days where you go out and you get to have fun at school. They would tie our legs together, and then we would get in these bags, and we would battle each other to see how far we could get.
Tater sack races? Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, Beth, you know what I really liked that I got really good at when I was in, like, elementary school? Do you remember where you would take, like two, like, they were, like, round, like, curtain rod sized, like, wooden poles about, like, 10 feet long, and, like, you had, like, a 4x4 on the ground, and, like, somebody be on the other side with the other end of the poles, and you would, like, you know, smack them. You would do, like, do a tap on the wood, and then slap them together. And but you were a kid, and you would jump in and out of like the rhythm of how fast they were slapping the sticks together. like olive white.
It looks Vietnamese. It looks like it'd be serving me noodle.
Hi, for the retards in the room that don't read books and call themselves atheists, there is a 100% correlation between your retardation, not reading books, and being an atheist. I am complete.
Thanks, Edmund.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we got triggers. Yes, it is that Yo, what else should I read about that?
That's layer to you guys. That's layer to you.
City bills on the kitchen table. Red ink, same name on the label. You call it fair share, I call it a shakedown. Smile on the podium.
You see, it's a little bit like going to the gym. A lot of people go to the gym, but they don't bring the dumbbells home with them after they work out. And dumb religious people on this app who apparently read books, it's the same principle. They actually bring the dumbbells back into the clubhouse rooms. They fail to understand the point. You use it, then you let it go. You don't carry it around with you everywhere you go. Hello?
Yeah, that's mine. I didn't say that either, but I can't help but to think of one person specifically.
No, I know who it is.
You know,
There's different levels of bigotedness, right? You know, the lion would be at the top, I would be at the bottom. Samoa is at the top. Incan's at the top.
No, nigga, I'm not winning.
Incan's at the top as well. He's at
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I feel like being specifically observant to kind of be that way. There needs to be something to where you're like consistently focused on something to even have these views.
Yeah, it's called chillism for a lot of people. For a lot of people, chillism has taken over their lives. They don't even live anymore. They're just a member of a hive collective of R words that for some reason decide to have conversation. I think they just talk to talk because there's no purpose. There's no goal. It's just the purpose is just to talk. I don't know if it's loneliness or it's retardation or brain rot, but Clubhouse Chillism is the longest running group of stupid people talking about stupid stuff. It seems like Rust them good, Johnny, and hit them hard. Hit them real hard.
City bills on the kitchen table. Red ink, same name on the label. You call it fish.
post?
Yeah, dude. They just posted it like 3 minutes ago.
Hi, Kitty. I'd like to know, do you actually believe in cherubims?
Can you shut up for just a second? My friend is not doing
Cherubim is also plural.
Oh, cherubims is plural?
Cherubim is plural.
Bastards, why didn't they inform us?
If gems happen, then they probably haven't had a chance to. Like, they're just now releasing it.
The new-
There should be some sirens going off.
Yeah, a lot of them, and it's smelling.
Yeah, now if you put in San Diego, instantly it's popping up fire, like it's, yeah, every
It's
one of
not
those.
exactly there, maybe 5-10 minutes away. I'm close to the beach.
Marcus, can we talk shop now or no?
Hey,
John,
man,
what? John
I'm
Satan's
literally.
is a
Like,
cherubim.
guys, I need to get out of the house.
Yeah, okay, I love you, Nargis.
Pissing me the fuck off.
Run for your life, Narges!
It's Nargis, you fucking piece of shit.
Did you just call me an effing piece of S?
It sounds cuter when you say it, but yeah, I did. Thanks,
Kitty,
Ashley.
how much do you think the difficulties are in life because of, your communication
If I was a
style?
mod, I would move you down.
Just wondering what difficulties you faced in life with your incredible speech patterns.
Well, universe, let me ask a pertinent question here. Kitty, when was your last menstrual cycle?
Oh shit!
She doesn't have those anymore.
Damn.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering. Too much narcotics and prostitution.
Oh shit. Well, Jesus saves even the menstrual cycle, He could send you a cherubim, like a little love
John,
angel.
like I said, Lucifer, Satan is also a cherubim.
Are you sure about that?
You should look it up.
I was reading something the other day. It was saying, that Satan turns into Jesus.
That's crazy work.
Like that's
Yeah,
the
Nargis,
that's
I
the
don't think it's like,
that's the trans.
it says
Nargis, your house.
Fresno, San Bernardino, University.
What is this? The fucking Weather Channel?
Check Solana Beach? I can smell it.
Is this the Weather Channel now?
Hopefully you can feel it soon, Nargis.
I'm smelling it. I'm from the beach.
You'll still be on Clubhouse as the house is burning down around you, I'm sure.
Evacuate. Oh my god.
I swear to God, you could be the first person to ever burn to death while using Clubhouse. I'm sure it's gonna happen eventually.
Nargis, look
Oh my
at your
god, come on.
Nargis, look at your house. PTR.
No, but,
Narcissus, just go to In-N-Out Burger, get yourself an early dinner, and just stay there for a couple hours. Come back on Clubhouse. I'm sure you will.
Or a couple weeks
Okay.
to rebuild your house.
San Diego Fox 5 KUSI News says crews are responding to a vegetation fire near 4S Ranch neighborhood, according to the California Fire Department. Officials said crews received the call around 3:44 p.m. on Sunday. Crews from both California Fire and San Diego Fire Rescue Department are at the scene. It says small brush fire along Fallbrook Highway caused by vehicle malfunction.
Oh, I see it. It's actually like the size of a small house fire. So no reason to panic, Narges.
How am I smelling? Should I evacuate?
No, you've just been on Clubhouse for 3 days straight. It's your body odor. Go take a shower. You'll be fine. Kitty News Incorporated. Kitty, I just saw the fire you're talking about. It's a tiny little fire. Let's not make a big deal of the weather. Okay? Yeah.
Is it tiny or what?
It's a nothing. It's a nothing burger. It's a small little brush fire.
You stole that from Regal. Get your own lines, John.
Oh, I sound like Regal now? Yikes. Maybe it is a me problem.
He sounds like Alibaba.
If I ever sound like, I think life sucks and I'm miserable, that's just my Regal impersonation.
It's not next to Solana Beach, is it?
See from what
No,
it's saying, it says
it's in a housing complex. Just Google it, for God's sakes. It took me less than 8 milliseconds. Grab your dog, grab your charger, be sure to, keep Clubhouse open for the next 4 hours so we can all talk about it nonstop because everybody's lives is pathetic beyond belief.
I can literally smell it. Like, this is why.
Narges.
Check your news, local news channel. See if it's
yeah.
way
generational.
This is how you know that Clubhouse is actually mind control. Right here, right now, ladies
Oh, I
and
was
gentlemen.
working, and then I got on Clubhouse. One sec.
You were working on a Sunday on Clubhouse? Again, that's not work, ladies and gentlemen. I love it when people here say, I'm working. I'm working. Oh, really? You're telling me you're working on Clubhouse? I'm working, well, I'm telling you, I'm working on Clubhouse. That's the kind of R word we deal with now. I love you, Narjas. I think you're really awesome. But
It's, you all said
let's be accurate.
It's Nargis, not Nargis.
You're like Nargis on her brow. Just like calm down.
I'm just saying that, Kitty, if there was a fire and I could only save one of you, I would save Narja. Sorry, Kitty, we're sacrificing you.
Well, let's just try to say your name right. It's Nargis.
Some say potato, some say
Okay,
potato.
Kitty, if you have to save Universe or Megatron.
Megatron every day of the week.
I wouldn't sacrifice though myself for Megatron and his family. I would actually push Megatron and Kitty out of the way as I scramble down the ladder first.
That's not fair. It's honey badger.
I would push them over. If there was a bear chasing us, I would push them
I
over.
would save John. I would save John.
Ooh.
John, me or Nargis?
Ooh, Nargis. Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going with Nargis because she can sing. You can't sing.
You got the famous line, think about that for me.
Yeah, it's not enough. You see how far singing goes? If you can sing a spicy
True,
song,
you're right.
oh yeah. You are
And
the
also, she's a mom. She deserves to be saved.
you're the queen in the castle if you can do that. Right now you're just the hunchback of
Okay,
Notre
let me
Dame.
think.
Diogenes or Diego?
You would save Nargis because she doesn't have an accent. That's easy. Oh, Diego can fucking die. Okay, for you.
Oh, that was a good one.
Princess, yeah.
Shit. I've already met Diego, so I'm going with Diego.
Oh, yeah. Maybe me too. I'm about to save Diego.
Yeah. I could hear Princessia crying about her, about the cut on her face as she's burning to death.
You're so
This is so cruel. Look at my face. Look at the scar on my face. Look at the scar on my face. Look at it.
Okay, Abby.
Just look at it.
Megatron or Daniel?
Ooh.
I don't really know Daniel that well, so I have to say Megatron. Sorry, Daniel.
I'm
I don't know
sorry,
Daniel that well.
Megatron. I'm sorry, Megatron. Daniel.
These are the all or
I
nothing.
don't know Daniel.
These are the all or nothing conversations that I like to have on Clubhouse.
Yeah, right?
Really tells us where we stand with each other. I was in a.
Give me a tough one.
Wait, is Bubbles, what's her face? Buttercup?
No.
They're not the same person?
Hey, Abby.
No.
Converse? Converse or Toast?
Toast.
Oh, okay. Toast or Nargis?
Toast.
Oh
Whoa.
my God, you're blood. Oh God, me or Toast? Say it, Abby.
Sorry. Sorry.
Kitty, you redeemed yourself. I'm good.
Okay.
Nargis, I've been waiting to talk to you. You fucking
She's
shit.
on the phone.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are in the world famous Megatron Bible and Quran room that Megatron opens every single day for the benefit of the Muslims. This is the Crucifixion Denied Special Edition when theology collides with history. We have confirmed today that everything the Muslims say is consistently a lie. And they are willing to lie at just about everything, including who built the Makkah. Or the big cube thing. The Kaaba. First of all, that's the most important thing to know. Then the other thing is that it is a politically invasive movement. It's not just all about spirituality. It's actually about material political control.
Fighting must send me your Sora video where you do the abortion, the vaccination thing. I shared it in Andrew's room, and everyone is like, "Is this Edmund?"
Isn't that an amazing video?
I'm gonna listen to it one more time.
It's amazing. I combined homeless
Hold on, let me
shelters
show
for
you guys.
minority women and vaccination pre and post abortion. I took every single controversial thing and I put it into one Sora prompt
Oh,
and it
you
gave
did
me.
this. I was already wondering who made this. Who made this? Like,
I made it, of course. Why would anybody waste their time trying to promote me?
insane. You are insane. Like, I swear.
Insane. I'm actually.
Have you ever been diagnosed with schizophrenia or something?
No. I'm just taking. You stupid fucking ugly rodent looking bitch. What I'm saying is, I took every controversial, stupid topic and put it in a prompt, you ugly, hunchback looking rat creature. Go back to Chernobyl, freak show.
It's okay. Yeah, check the chat.
I mean, I don't want to get upset over being called schizophrenic, but let's be honest. A schizophrenic is too... Shut the fuck up, rat face. A schizophrenic is too stupid to create a video like that, which takes a lot of intelligence. Hello?
It's so you know what Andrew was asking? Andrew was asking, is that even real? Like, obviously.
Is that real? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
That's why, honest to God, I brought down Sora. Sam Altman, I kept tagging him, and he stopped Sora because he saw that I'm too smart. I was using it to create such lifelike videos where people can't tell reality anymore when they watch these videos.
But what are you saying at the end? This is the pregnancy what?
I don't know, it might just run off into some gibberish.
Disgustingly creative, John. Way to go.
I can't believe Andrew thought this was an actual real video. That's crazy.
But that set it into full-blown crazy.
Oh, and sorry, Abby, you're a beautiful woman. You don't look like you came out of the Chernobyl reactor.
I know. I'm sorry. I just,
But have you thought about doing an acid peel?
sorry?
I said, have you thought about doing an acid peel?
What is that?
Oh, you can Google it. There is this thing called Google. Maybe you've heard of it.
I'm not
Called
gonna
an
do
acid peel. Acid peel. It's, what's it called when you work on your skin?
I don't know.
Exactly. Look it up.
Oh my gosh, I got scared.
I was dying laughing when Honey Badger was calling you out and using the N-word today. That was a lot of fun. I love hearing people get roasted. And in fact, this is the kind of... Well, this is the kind of attitude that I have. Like,
every day.
if I came to Clubhouse tomorrow morning and there was a room called The Roast of John Kitover, I wouldn't be angry. I would be honored. You see the difference there? Hello?
Just got angry for no reason.
When Monica and everybody in the room were just giving all the fucking things that he does constantly. It's so annoying. And every single time that they'd give a fun fact, he would be like this.
But you rather hear Honey Badger purring to Kitty? That was kind of cringe. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was freaking me
I
out.
wish you rather hear me saying the N-word.
Definitely saying.
Well, see, the funny thing about Honey Badger is he thinks that he's roasting people, but really he's pretty bad at it. And B,
yeah, he's so bad.
he's actually, well, I mean, I've heard him lose his shit, particularly over that woman in Minnesota who got killed, who was driving the minivan when the Border Patrol
Really?
agent shot her. Yeah,
Do
like,
you actually care?
oh, he was going crazy about it. I mean, like, he was ready to start the revolution. And, I mean, that's how you know how emotionally fragile he is at the end of the day.
I can't believe he's an Indian guy. He's pretty passionate for an Indian.
Wait, you think he's an Indian?
Mm-hmm.
Like a Native American Indian or a dot Hindu?
No, Dot, yeah.
But
That's
he-
your ex-girlfriend.
But he's not born in India. He's born in America for sure. His accent is.
Yes, American Indian, whatever you call it.
See, that's amazing because he's never posted a photo, so he sounds very much like a white guy to me.
Yeah, he does sound like a white guy, I agree.
But how did you know he's Indian?
He told somebody.
Oh, he's fucking saying that. So stupid.
You think so?
Yeah, he's a white guy named Steve.
His name is Steve?
That's just a generic catch-all for white people. They used to call me Steve in high school. That's how fucking annoying the immigrants are in our country, where they just start calling Americans Steve because they themselves shouldn't be here. We never should have permitted any of these people to come into this
Okay,
country.
Diogenes.
Well, you know why I know for sure that it was actually a good thing that we let in a lot of different people from around the world. It's because of the food. Without the variety of food, clearly it wouldn't have been worth it. But because of the incredible food options that I now get to enjoy in my immediate vicinity, I do believe that mass immigration was worth it. Some people say you live to eat. I say eat to live if you're a fatty, of course, but truly what you put in your mouth is one of the great joys of life. Yeah, fatty like Abby. Speaking of coupons, I need to get on my phone and start clipping coupons. I'll be right back.
You know, John, I was saying, because Buttercup and Bubbles sound alike, right? Edmund. Oh, this fucking guy has totally no.
He's clipping bonds.
No, I heard you. What, were you trying to make a point or something? Why didn't you just finish your statement?
So,
Did you need the dopamine confirmation reply?
calm your bald head down, please.
Bald bitch.
I was saying, you know how Bubbles and Buttercup sound alike? And you guys always say, like, you can hear from the voice who is fat and who's not. Even if they both sound alike, one is actually very skinny and the other one is overweight. So how do you know how is
You'd have to do a glottal test to try to find out who has the bigger turkey gobbler.
No, I know how they both look like. One is skinny, Buttercup is skinny, Bubbles is fucking fat.
I get it, but I'm saying from an audio test perspective, we could test the reverberation of the chicken goblet, which is their neck area, since you don't speak English.
I don't know. To me, they sound similar. Everyone else thinks the same. Like, it's not fair.
Okay, yeah, but you always say that, and I know other people have seen pictures of Monica, and I have not. But you always say that about
Monica's
Monica.
fat, yeah.
Yeah, but I've never seen pictures of her. She doesn't sound fat.
She had another health symposium today. See, this is the funniest thing about giant fat people, is that they will play videos about a healthy lifestyle, but they will never actually do anything other than watch a video about a healthy lifestyle.
Doesn't do that. I mean, she'll do the Jordan Peterson.
No, she did it today. She had another room open today about, making America healthy again. And she had one last week. And, it's like, well, why don't you actually just come on Clubhouse when you're at the gym? That's because she hasn't been to the gym in over 5 years or even longer. And no matter what your opinion is,
You
that's
don't need to go to the gym to be skinny. Let's be
that's what
honest.
fat people say, fatty.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Okay, I'm
god,
fat,
I've heard
okay,
it
but
1,000 times. I go to the gym consistently, and you know what I see at the gym? I see some obese people at the gym working out, but they're at the fucking gym.
Yourself, you overweight.
Listen.
I'm gonna look at you right now.
I don't want to
What's
be
your
mean.
YouTube channel?
I don't want to be mean, but I want you to know what I mean. It's important to me that I try to do some personal development here and try to tell you what I mean without being mean. It is simple mathematics. If you consume 2,000 calories a day, but you only burn 700, you're just going to keep putting on the pounds. Okay? You gotta sweat. You've got to sweat. You
I
know.
can't believe he actually tries to look like that.
Hello?
I'm looking at your YouTube videos and you're like, you know who told me you look handsome?
Top story tonight.
Fatima.
Oh, Dr. Fatima? Yeah, she's...
Isn't he looking handsome also?
She's a funny one.
Yeah, she is funny.
I couldn't stand her in the beginning when she just kept saying bro all the time. Ugh, so annoying.
Bro. Why aren't you not live right now?
I'm live on YouTube right now.
Which YouTube channel? I'm trying to find you.
Oh, you're not subscribed, so I'm just not showing up for you.
You have so many. Like how many? Oh, here, I found you.
I got 3.
Let me see what you're wearing
I'm
today.
live streaming multiple.
Okay, can you put your camera a little bit towards yourself?
Which camera are you talking about? 1 through 25? Which one?
John Kitover, mayor of Chicago.
I can't see it like that, but I'm gonna turn to the left. You tell me when I start turning. It should be about a 6-second delay, I believe.
Yes, I can see you now. Oh, nice glasses.
They gave me these glasses.
Direction.
They gave me these glasses at the psychiatrist recently. These glasses help schizophrenics see blue.
Yeah.
Stop being so fucking sensitive about that. She was kidding.
I know. I guess it's the truth.
For somebody that's so mean to people, you think you could take a joke, John.
It's true. That's why I kind of like, had to calm myself down because, getting called.
Like I can see you. Come on.
Universe.
Yes, Dr. Seven. Tell the universe what you desire.
What I desire everyone to wake up so they can know the truth about the universe. How about that?
How about that?
Think about that.
Think about that.
Yeah,
Think about that.
How about that?
Whoa.
Okay, I can see you now finally. It's John Kitover for Mayor 2027.
I love you, baby, so much. It's okay.
Okay, go to the audience.
See, this is how people create dopamine, just like that. And Kitty, that's what you're doing when you're talking about Jesus. It's a concept.
Let them talk, maybe she likes it.
What I'm saying is people are creating dopamine discussing concepts. And we can just leave it at that. We don't have to say whether the concept is accurate, inaccurate, because it's subjective. And the point is, if you haven't taken the deepest breath of the day yet, you don't understand the Holy Spirit and the truth of the earth. What is the soul of the earth? What is the spirit of the universe? Or what is the soul of the universe? That's you. You are actually not you. You are the soul of the whole universe, or the earth at least. Can we agree on that to disagree? Hello?
Mm-hmm.
It's all conceptual.
Yeah.
It's a big concept. It takes a big brain to wrap your head around it. You should try to learn English, because English will help you easily understand these big concepts, inshallah. Allahu Akbar. Rabbanu Shalom. It's a word game. Hello? Hello?
I'm trying to find life right now.
Ribono shallow line.
All your lives are like corrupted or something.
I used to give him thumbs up.
I know
and chat
YouTube.
with him.
YouTube probably hopes that I just stop because like they ghosted me completely.
No, I just
Yeah,
I
I
just
mean,
not
I
on
don't
it anymore.
blame YouTube.
I'm literally at 100,000 YouTube videos, and it's just like I'm doing it for me. I'm not doing it for anyone because nobody actually looks at it. So when you get to that point in your life where you're actually just doing what you want to do because that's what yourself wants to do, it's actually a good place, and you have to look at it through the lens of artistry and criticism. I was in a bookstore one time and they actually had a section called criticism. I was like, what the fuck is this? And it's just books about books, criticizing other books. I was like, that's a category of books? Oh my God. There's a category of books called criticism. I was like, what? So, but most people don't read books, so you would never know that. But since I'm an artist,
Is that a Barnes and Noble?
I don't know if I've ever seen that section at Barnes and Nobles, but I haven't been to a Barnes and Nobles in many years. But what I'm trying to say is, if people try to bring you down on this app because they find you very annoying, and I do believe that I am the number one most annoying person on the planet at the present moment, I'm just trying to say they don't understand artwork, and they're terrible critics. Hello?
Open up a room. It was so great, Abby, the other day. And John was on stage with Donald, and they were just doing hello back and forth to each
That's
other.
funny.
Hey universe, like why do you like when you get mad and insult people, why do you call people like hamster or rat face?
That's a great question. Let's repeat the question for everybody so they clearly understand the question. When I get angry, why do I call some people hamster or rat face? First of all, I don't generally describe people as a hamster. That's not my vocabulary. I think maybe that's your vocabulary. But maybe I call Abby rat face, but again, I did see her PTR, like her actual, selfie. And I'm just saying that to me, based on the photo, using geographic proximity and other variables in the photo, I had it analyzed. And what the AI told me was that it was most likely a genetic creation from a Ukrainian biolab that escaped Chernobyl. It was labeled as Protein Exhibit A, and then I asked ChatGPT, what is a protein? And then it said something like Sam Altman, but worse.
Oh wow. Not bad. Are you Asian, Abby?
No. I don't look like Sam Altman. What are you talking about? Hey, Nargis, how's it going?
Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah, so I can smell it, and they haven't sent me anything. So I'm just watching it on Watch Duty. Do you guys use that? Do you guys have fires around you?
No.
I'm at the beach, so I don't think it's
We've got something far more dangerous. We have the YNs that do all kinds of smash and grabs around here. Do you have a YN tracker app?
No,
Oh, that's too bad. You must live in a gated community.
I do live in a gated community.
Yeah, just don't panic. Get your documents and just.
I got my documents. I got everything.
Narges, we looked it up. It's not. Did you fucking see it? It's nothing.
Where is it? How can I smell it? I live by the beach. I can
It's a
smell it.
small brush fire.
Oh, is it?
Oh my god. Oh
yeah,
my
I
god.
mean, that's
that's all it's reporting, but I would just call, you can do the non-emergency number to your fire or even 911 department. And just.
Kitty, that's what you should have been, Kitty.
Send me a thing. You send me an application. Like, our community is really good.
Kitty, you should have been a cop.
They're like, chill out. They just have
First person to tell me that.
Kitty, you should have been a cop. You would have been such a great cop. Oh.
Yeah, I live by beach, so it is windy.
Yeah, so just stay prepared.
Narjas, can you go check in on my son living in La Jolla?
I live by Salona.
Oh, my son lives in La Jolla.
That was your girlfriend who lived in La Jolla. I used to live in La Jolla for years.
Are you just trying to get her to check on your ex-girlfriend?
No, I'm pretty sure she had my son in La Jolla. My kid lives in a $6 million, $8 million house with some Persian doctors, living the best life. I'm very blessed that my son is.
How do you know you have a son? Where in La Jolla are you talking?
No, I made 2 deposits off of a Hinge. Some chick was like, "Come over to my house." She was a Persian chick. We didn't even have to go on a date. I think she just wanted to have a baby. Rabono Shalom. These Persian girls are crazy. Talk about schizophrenics.
Not even close to my thing.
Takes a schizophrenic to know a schizophrenic.
Oh my god, there he goes again.
You take one person's action and you attribute it to the whole race. That's insane.
No, that's what Pepe does. I was making a joke.
Google, are you new to Clubhouse?
No, say she's crazy.
Just know that this is like common thing that he does.
Yeah.
And if he knows you're sensitive, he will continue until you stop being sensitive about it.
I was gonna buy, not even human. John, I was gonna buy a property right here in Rainbow. Just a few months ago, when my parents were here. That whole region is freaking down.
What were you trying to do? Get the IRGC? You were trying to money launder IRGC money into a.
No. Okay, I get there. I was going to my parents wanted like a house on the hills, so it is exactly where this place is, the freaking Rainbow.
Oh, where the fire's at?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Damn. That whole acres got burned down.
Wow.
1.5 acres of land. It's that region. Freak, man, how badly is it burned that I can freaking smell it so there?
It's probably the wind pushing it. Do you have air conditioner or maybe something like that to turn it on?
Well, a fart is just air passing over a turd, Narcissus.
It's air. It's southwest.
Maybe go to the bathroom, try to use a baby wipe. Wash your hands, check your hands.
I call my neighbors out. Like, chill out. Come and have a drink with us. Shut up. We buy the food. Like, fuck off. Why aren't you freaking scared? It's sitting and freaking having a brunch.
It's because they don't live on Clubhouse, Narcissus, unlike you.
I had to work in the morning. Worker.
This app should really just be called Boy Who Cried Wolf.
I'm gonna get off in the morning. Yeah, you're right.
This app should just be called Boy Who Cried Wolf. I have cried wolf on this app at least 16 million times over the past 5 years.
No, I have to leave. I have no choice.
Oh, see, oh, you are schizophrenic.
Deleting the app?
Yeah, to listen to me.
Okay, yeah, if you do, I will do too.
Yeah, everyone should leave.
You guys will be out here saying the same thing 6 months from now. It'll be so funny. Full circle.
Yeah, we did Clubhouse for 2 years and then
I did. A lot of us did.
I've been here since 2021. I wasted so much of my time.
Yeah, I left a year and a half, all in all, so that's good.
I just don't understand why don't you guys just join me and set up tripods and record all these people and
I don't
then
have money to buy all those phones.
you don't have $40 to buy a burner phone?
yeah, I don't have number.
But see, that's the point. If you're on this fucking app, you got time for it. That's the point.
You have tripods per phone. That's like.
Don't you guys know plantation economics? You guys are just working on a plantation field. I'm in the master's house with a camera filming you guys through the windows.
Yeah, what kind of like NIJ? I'll tell ya.
You guys don't know how to make money. You guys are not creative in the slightest. Yet you think you're so intellectual. I mean, definitely not Abby. Abby doesn't purport to be intellectual, but Narges and Megatron and all the other religious freak shows that love to get high talking about God, including myself. What I'm trying to say is,
Yeah, he does love you.
when you are dead and gone and you are cremated or buried, you will leave behind a library, a catalog, just like Michael Jackson, and many people leave behind nothing. And I'm just encouraging you to start recording everything because when you are gone, that is all that will remain. Hello?
Yeah,
That's
but
scary, actually.
if you're in
I
America,
think that's that almost
they don't give you much chance to leave a legacy like that. Unless if you're like white and stuff.
It's actually just poor man's artwork because like Andy Warhol's estate was valued at 600 million upon his death, and it was all the artwork that he had bought and created in the silver factory that was, evaluated at the time of his death. So everybody's estate eventually, like, completely, I don't know what the name of the legal process is to, like, clear it, but like the IRS, probate, all this shit, like, when you die, like, you actually get cleared from the system. Your death certificate, everything, like, you are no longer alive. But what you recorded, yeah, but like what you said, what you thought, and all the time you spent on Clubhouse.
All that you said, and all.
That's why I asked in a room earlier, do you think God is a critic watching your artwork? And if so, do you think God is pleased with your artwork? Hello?
He did the artwork through me. That's his work. God's work. Okay, relax. Nothing's happening.
Oh, is that your dog? She's scared.
Yeah. She's freaking out, yeah.
Oh, I'm scared for you. If you need something.
Yeah, he's scared for me. Oh, it's a little kid.
Don't be fooled. Narcissus' dog does that all the time when it wants a treat and wants to go on a walk, but Narcissus can't get off a Clubhouse. See, there's no fire. This is the boy that cried wolf. This is just fake dopamine.
Fix my palm. How many times can it walk?
Rabboni Shalom. I don't know. How many times are you on Clubhouse every day?
Poor baby. Oh my god, it's breaking my heart, bro. He's crying.
No, this is not my dog.
Oh.
See? You're easily fooled, Gulak. You're very naive.
I know, I'm innocent.
The heck is that, bro?
Well, Gulak, just remember that all communication is hypnosis. So the next time somebody lies to you because they know you're naive and they want to trick you, you will look them in the eyes and you will say, "You are a fucking liar. All communication is hypnosis." And then they will say, "Holy shit, you called me out on my lie? How did you know I was lying?" And then you will respond, "All communication is hypnosis." Shh.
Maybe I'll take that advice.
Speaking of lying, CM, welcome to the room. How are you, doctor?
My god, he's not a doctor.
He is. He's a PhD.
Thank you. I've been here for a while.
Oh, no, I was talking to CM.
Oh, did you say CM?
It's okay, it's okay.
But you could have said hi to me.
I could have. But I wanted to tell CM that I'm besties now with Fatima. Fatima we're besties now, CM, and she's telling Abby that I'm very handsome. How does that make you feel, Sam?
She actually did. She sent me your Instagram. She said, isn't he very... Hold on, let me see what she wrote.
Oh, bro, look at this picture. It's sad.
Nice picture, boo boo.
Yeah, is this the king of Russia that got like assassinated with his family?
Yeah, Tsar Nicholas.
That should make me sad. That's sad, bro.
It's a good lesson in cognitive security and national security because
They
the,
don't kill people like you.
the Bolsheviki revolutionaries, which were not all Jewish, as many anti-Semites like to say,
They don't kill people. That's not the way to do it.
They weren't Muslims, they weren't Christians. They were definitely some type of Zionist pigs.
oh yeah, the Bolsheviki were Zionists, you fucking
Oh, that's
moron.
it, okay.
Okay, Rabbi. You know, Rabbi actually says a lot of very smart stuff. I hear
Yeah,
Rabbi
yeah.
say a lot of interesting things, but you got to be patient.
Okay, here it is. I follow John Kitover, his main profile, but what the fuck is this? He's everywhere now. Even my reels are filled with his reels on his other accounts. Don't you think John looks pretty handsome? Lol.
Woohoo!
Yeah. It's crazy.
I wouldn't even consider them Jewish to the level of following the Abrahamic faith. I would consider them some nasty Zionist pigs, those Bolsheviks. Something under the crevices of hell that came up, some spawns of demons.
So wait, if you say Zionist pigs, Zionist demons, etc., is there a corollary in Palestine? Is there a Palestinian demon, a Palestinian pig? Because it has to have its equivalency, correct? It's got a counter argument.
There is no equivalent to the lowest of the low.
Oh, there is
You know, you can
actually.
be a person
Yeah.
of-
See, that's the thing about philosophy and why you're retarded, is because you make all or nothing statements. And you fail to see that there's a yin and a yang. Hello?
The Bolsheviks set the standard for being garbage. There's nobody that's equivalent for them.
Hello? Maybe you're that equivalency. Maybe you are that piece of shit I'm talking about. What do you think about that?
Interesting.
Exactly.
I haven't advocated for any extinction of any people.
You haven't?
But these Bolsheviks, they went there and killed over 60 million Christians. And then you try to equate 271,000 Jews and
So
say
you
6
think
million
just a couple
people
Jews and the Bolsheviki killed 60 million people? You're making quite a claim. Oh, thank God Rabbi Caleb is here so he can talk you down off your ledge. What's life like for
Well,
you?
here, you have the chance to explain.
What is your life like for you? How miserable is it? Have you ever touched your toes? Have you ever flossed your teeth, used a water pick? When was the last time you had a cheeseburger? When was the last time you had a chocolate milkshake? When was the last time you masturbated and took a nap in the afternoon in the sunlight? And then, you know, cut some roses and...
Gay. This is getting real gay.
The Bolsheviks, they were not the Jews of Abraham. They were Zionist pigs. The filth of the world. They crawled out of hell itself. The disgustingness of disgusting. Truly something remarkable in the way how filthy they are. And they exterminated innocent people. You know, regardless of what a person's faith or belief system is, if you're advocating for their eradication, you're disgusting. But to carry out the atrocities yourself is a different level of nastiness.
Well, you know what? That really makes my Sunday so much more informative. And I just really hope that one day you'll be able to touch your toes in the shower, to take a scrub brush and wash the disgusting mold and filth that probably collects on your toes. And when you look in the mirror tomorrow, as you look at the acne that perforates your disgusting face, I'm sure you'll take some kind of exfoliant and maybe clean your face, go sit in the sun and get a tan, and read a good book and masturbate. Take a nap, maybe make a cocktail, smoke a little weed.
Interesting. Why do you Bolsheviks with their hands so dirty? I don't think there's a soap or shampoo or solvent out there that can wash off the blood of children.
Holy shit. Talk about fucking crazy conversations, ladies and gentlemen. I just hate some of these people so much, so.
There's the room makers and there's the room killers. What do you want to talk about, Megatron?
The room makers
I
and the room
apologize if I did
killers.
ask.
No, I think it's fine. We're not hearing enough about it. Night and day, you know? This needs to be drilled in our minds.
You see, when schizophrenic cock faggot here sits there and lumps all Jews today living in with killer terrorists from 100 years ago, that's called schizophrenia and neurodivergent stupidity. I rest my case, you fucking loser. I am complete. Go take your fucking autism medication.
You think it's okay. Well, yeah, you can explain why.
Go take your autism medication, go to the gym, everything will be fine. You don't have to be a Nazi, anti-Semite, fucking loser
I'm
faggot.
not a Nazi.
Oh, you're not a Nazi? Okay, faggot. Go around calling yourself a rabbi like you're somebody's master. You're the master of nobody, you schizophrenic, autistic savant. You fucking piece of shit. You're a human fucking piece of shit. You are shit, rabbi. And I don't even want to call you the R word because that is disrespectful to real teachers. You're a fucking neurodivergent schizo. You are an autistic savant, you low-class, trashy comedian. Sometimes you're funny, I'll give you that, but you're not below getting roasted, and this is your roast, you autistic savant.
Rabbi, are you anti-Semitic?
Oh, 100%. This guy's a rabid anti-Semite. He's a disgusting human being.
Yeah, okay, the Bolsheviks, they hate God. They're nasty Zionist atheists.
Just answer my question. Just answer my question. Do you hate Jews?
No, I don't. I think I love them, and I believe they deserve, and to have the gift of salvation.
Can you guys not tell? Kitty, that's what he's doing. He's not expressing hate for Jews. I don't know why John Kitover is getting so worked up.
So what exactly?
This fucking loser for years comes on here and makes Jew jokes nonstop. He's an anti-Semite Nazi. He goes by the name Rabbi. He's not a rabbi. He's a fucking loser.
Zionists are not Jewish, and Jewish are not Zionists. Zionist is a nasty ideological belief, equivalent or even worse than Nazism.
So you don't think that the Jewish people that were given that land by God deserve to have that as their holy land?
If it was given by God, they...
By any means, no. You don't kill or exterminate.
Wait, Marcus, I'll ask you a question. I'll ask you questions in just a second. Sorry, Marcus.
Kitty's got him. Kitty to the rescue.
To God. And then these people were kicked out by their sins, and then they try to retake it in their own means. How does it equal that God gave it to them?
So if they come back and they win the land and it was given to them by God, whether or not they got kicked out or killed or they lost it, but then they come back and they fight for it and it's theirs and it's been theirs the entire time. So what's wrong with them having what was theirs to begin with?
Because God gave it to them?
No,
How
I'm
did God
asking
give it to them? When God set up a covenant, they were supposed to follow it. When they stepped away from God and they were kicked out, just like how the Garden of Eden worked out, and they got kicked out, you think if they break in, they deserve it? Once they stepped away from God?
I just want to say that Jewish God is in question, so I don't know why he has the legitimacy to give land to particular people and deny the others.
How can a Zionist God expect to inherit what God has gave to someone else?
So now this between me and Rabbi has now went me, Rabbi Nargis, and Gulak, but at least she has asked.
This God.
At least Gulak.
Wait, before this schizophrenic neurodivergent conversation proceeds any further, I just want to say, Kitty, I thank you for taking over my work the rest of this afternoon. God bless you and good luck.
You're welcome, John.
No, Zionists are not Jewish. Don't ever disrespect Jewish people like that.
You hear the stupid shit that this retard says who goes around by the name Rabbi? It's unbelievable. What kind of... Are you in a schizophrenic support group? A bipolar support group? How neurodivergent, autistic, retarded are you? You stupid wordsmith of retardery. Do you even shower? Do you take a bath? Do you go to the gym? Do you even eat food, you fucking loser? You are so fucking stupid, it's unbelievable. I bet you haven't even tasted a pussy. I bet you haven't grabbed tits in 10 fucking years. I bet you don't even eat pizza. I bet you don't even eat ice cream. Life must be fucking horrible for you. I feel for you. It's horrible. I get it. But how stupid. If you think this is comedy, it's not comedy. You're a terrible comedian.
Rat face. Let's just go with rat face. Okay, rat face. I mean, Rabbi. So you think that even though it was given to them and it was their land and they got dispersed and they fought for it, they lost it, they fought for it again and they lived there, that they should no longer own it, right?
This is how I see it. Now, you can tell me I'm wrong at the end. If God has given them the land and they were supposed to keep maintain the covenant, the promise was...
This guy's unstoppable.
To do
I
and
can't
to
shake
be a
him.
representation upon the nations. And to preach and
What I'm trying to do is get him to crash out. He's too artistically nice!
God and live in a way of idol worship, and then they come around and then they leave the land and they get kicked out from their evils and sins and iniquities. And then they come back and kill children.
Wait a minute. So that's a lot. So are you saying that all of them, 4 of them, 10 of them,
It's a lot.
how many of them? Because obviously
Who is them? The question is who is...
I want to take it back. Rabbi does not have autism. He's clearly a Down syndrome sufferer. Rabbi, do you have Down syndrome? I'm sure you must have Down syndrome now.
Question, I'm not attacking. I'm asking Rabbi.
It's true, he must have retardation. Oh, I can't say it. I gotta say the R word.
So how many of them?
Uh-oh.
Half of them? Some of them? How many of them?
I'm gonna keep it simple. You're a believer, I'm a believer. Everybody here is some form of a believer.
I'll talk after this.
Check this out.
I'm a believer. I believe in God.
Alright, check this out.
Yeah.
So
whether you call it Elohim, El Shaddai, Jehovah Jireh, God.
Can I talk, please?
No, please.
Let me say 5 words and then you guys can do whatever.
Thank you. Please answer my question, Rabbi.
I am. Could somebody say that they're a believer of God and love God, and at the same time hate God and not believe in God? Is that possible?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to ask it again, and
You believe a believer in God and be atheist at the same time?
Oh no, I'm not no fucking atheist. No,
I'm not saying about you. I'm not saying about you.
no I get what you're saying. No, it's not possible.
Hey, Megatron, can you mute that one?
You can't go.
So there are Christians that walk away from
I'm
the faith.
a fucking Christian. I'm telling you right now. You cannot.
Leave it. Listen. I said one
You can't get the 2 that are underage. When you're 18,
Please, Michael, was it God that helped you in order for you to become who you are in the United States of
Rabbi,
America?
just when the stupidity stops,
Yes,
remember,
don't tell you lost faith. Don't say it. Faith always exists.
You see, if you can't talk over him, that means you just talk over him.
Thank God. Yeah, I know, but it's hard. It's difficult. And then we've still got one that's going to be Real crazy.
You have on me like almost spitting
When you're 18, I want you to come back.
When
spitting your
we start
throat.
doing the poetry, because I wanna slow it down in here. We start doing some poetry. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Oh, time for the poet. Let's hear you read some poetry, Rabbi. AKA, Humperdinck or Danny Dubenstein or whatever name you go by.
I mean, I like poetry, so I don't know why we
What do you mean, like a book called My Struggle?
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
You know what, little Miss Whiteside Vagina, you walk through a whole lot of that.
What was interesting is I was chatting with El Normo yesterday and I was mentioning how the worst anti Semites are so far away from poetry. It's like poetry doesn't even exist in their lives, as if love doesn't even exist in their lives. It's so pathetic. How do you defend yourself?
I gotta get going, because.
Okay, goodbye, retard. Have a good day, retard. Take care.
So you're just gonna dodge
Don't
the
forget to
questions?
take your
You're just gonna dodge it?
medication.
Shut up, Miss Whiteside Vagina. You
Woo! Why said vagina? Oh my goodness.
Abby, can you take care of this one?
How about that, huh?
This one time, Abby, I'm pulling a card. Like, get rid of the retard. Thank you, Abby.
So much.
Thank you. God, I love you, Abby.
I don't agree that Zionism
So you-
they conflate each other. I love the
So
Jewish
you're not
people.
gonna answer the question.
Rabbi Shmuley is not a rabbi. He's disgusting.
Of course, you're not gonna answer the question.
You're disgusting yourself. It's all just a projection. You are disgusting. How dare you say that about Rabbi Shmuley B'Teach? He is a patriot. Shameful. I think we should read a poem about Shmuley B'Teach and how beautiful he is, how hardworking he is, and how patriotic he is, and how wise he is.
You read something from the Torah.
Well, let's read something. Oh, let's read the I Ching of love. Because honestly, this is what I hate about anti-Semites is they're not talking about love. They're not reading poetry. And so they have no credibility at all. Because that's the real good content. And what they're doing is just spreading political hate. More violence through
Santa, what
words.
did you do? Oh my God. Nope. Oh. What?
Okay, this is called Love Yourself. I hope as Megatron gets high on his Adderall methamphetamines, I hope that his brain really enjoys this poetry and puts him into a deep sleep of relaxation and prepares him for total refreshment. For tomorrow when he rises and creates another clubhouse room before he goes to work, he will have the deepest sleep of his life and feel completely relaxed and reset for a successful week. This is called Love Yourself. The oracle is a precise invitation. Love yourself. In fact, the true problem is that often you don't even accept yourself. How many times have you done what has really given you pleasure? The courage of love. This oracle is not going to say anything definitive. It is a simple warning. If you harden in refusal, even the strength of love will be unable to do anything. On the other hand, if that force assumes in you a sense of courage, both to love, both to accept love, then you will have the intimate meeting. The message is a warning. If an intimate and profound encounter is tied to a simple seduction on Clown House, either by the man or by the woman, then the consequence will surely be a catastrophe. Happiness is to love. Apart from the simple spirit of the couple, the oracle speaks of a good ending, as the dimension of love is extended, as an instrument of cohesion with the human race. To do so is easy. You need simply to love one another on Clubhouse. Sex in the beginning.
I make it a little shorter. You're getting into trancy. You put me in a trance.
Oh, I thought you wanted to get put into a deep hypnotic state of.
Well, I just noticed myself getting into it, and I had to be like, let him stop. Make him, just make the short, sweet ones, because then I can't remember where you started.
Because you put me in a fucking trance.
That's the power of hypnosis. You've got amnesia now.
Into a fucking, I'm 15 minutes into like a poem. I can't even remember where it started.
Well, welcome to Clubhouse. Now you know what every day is here. If you think what I'm saying is retarded, but yet if you think about everything you've ever heard on this app isn't retarded, well, how retarded are you?
I never said what you say is retarded. Where did I say that? I didn't say that.
I'm just making a joke.
Oh. I mean, I'm just, I was watching the show and then I don't know, I got like distracted. And then I'm trying to think what is the best way for me to be online less.
It's not about being online less. It's
I can't be online any less than you are.
If I can be online all day long and you can be online all day long, clearly you're not using it. It's using you. So you have to essentially, you don't want a FOMO, which is fear of missing out.
Projecting? I just feel like you're projecting every time you do this.
Well, I've come to the conclusion that all communication is projection. And so what I'm trying to say is, if you do what I do, you'll finally be free of what you think is unhealthy behavior. Hello?
Yeah. And a straight 6 is better than a V6. Why is that? Because it's less moving parts. It's just less moving parts. Crankshaft. But you have less pulleys on the same crankshaft. It's just less moving parts, just a more efficient system.
Well, your problem is you're going to the gym, but you're bringing home the dumbbells. You're bringing home dumbbells on your after the gym, after the workout, and there's no reason to bring home the dumbbells. You leave them at the gym. You leave them on the rack. You don't take them home with you. What's wrong with you? Why would you do that?
Are you calling me a dumbbell? Are you calling me a dumbbell?
No, what I'm saying is religious people, they don't understand that the message is to hang up the phone. You don't have to pick up the phone every day. You've already got the message. But you're bringing dumbbells home with you.
These people are really religious.
It doesn't matter. It's your topic.
Really religious.
It's your flow. It's what you like. It's your content. You are addicted to talking about God. It gives you the dopamine show that you're looking for. But the truth is, there's so many different categories of joy. You could play music. You could read poetry. The app is using you. You're not using it. And all communication is projection.
Getting baptized right now, and he's getting baptized in this little church, and they have a 55-gallon drum thing, and he's dunking himself in the water to get baptized. I mean, how embarrassing is that? Like, once you yourself jump into a 55-gallon drum of water, why would anybody else follow you afterwards?
Because the Bible tells you to do it.
Disgusting.
That's one way to get to heaven, which is total immersion and the laying on of hands to receive the Holy Spirit. So you too can enjoy eternal life with Jesus Christ the King in heaven. Baptism is the way. There's no other way to get to heaven. You got to cleanse yourself of your sins and receive the Holy Spirit.
crucifixion is false, guys. You just to think it took us this whole time to realize that crucifixion was false.
I'm trying to find you like the Shel Silverstein poem so that I can read them to you. Daniel
I'm
gave them to me the
just
other day.
I'm just so upset that I didn't find this out on my own.
Stop. Take a nap, Megatron.
No, aren't you upset that we didn't know this news first, Kitty?
Oh my God, why are you being like this today?
Being like what? It's the truth. You know better? Yeah.
Well, see, whenever somebody dies, anything associated with that person becomes like a holy relic. So when they used to burn witches, the English would run around the burn pit, and they'd want to take bones of the witches that they burned. So never underestimate the danger of a mob. Many people think a mob is just, political progressive movement, but a mob is a cow herd of destruction and chaos. And unfortunately, Clubhouse is no different. There's a mob, a herd of low IQ cretins, proteans, subhuman, unevolved creatures that lurk on this app. Many of you know them. You just heard from one of them.
Speaking of that, I want to engage Nargis in like a high IQ metaphysics discussion right now. So would you mind like landing this plane relatively shortly?
My plane has landed.
Fuck up already. You've been talking for the last fucking hour.
I'm just speaking on the nap, watching Silent, so I don't know how far.
Greg, I'm
Alright,
just.
Josh, just give it a break. Let other people talk.
Just kick me to the goo, please. Kick me in the face. I'm ready to go to the goo.
Here, Megatron, do you want to hear some
This guy
Shel
doesn't know how to be a normal fucking human being. It's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead, talk to me. Yeah,
Okay, here we go. Let's see. We'll start with how not to have to dry the dishes.
If you have vagina.
So Megatron, do you want to hear like this woman just talk about dishes, or like Nargis and I have a high IQ theological chat? Given that that's the type.
Yeah, you can have it. You can have it with me and Kitty.
Okay, cool.
Well, I mean, I respect Nargis a lot more than both of you because she's a Neoplatonist.
Yeah, that's fine. Just give the
All right, Nargis, are you there?
Yeah, what's up?
Nargis, so I wanted to ask you about the Neoplatonists. Like, given the title of this room, Theology Colliding with History, I'd like to ask you about the Neoplatonists. The Neoplatonist philosophy of history.
Go ahead.
Wait, of history.
Yeah, so the title of this room is When Theology Collides with History. Now, as I study Hegel, I don't know how much you know about Hegel, but for Hegel,
You know who really studies Hegel? Megatron. Actually, he introduced me to Hegel.
Megatron does not study Hegel. This guy's a precept. Like, this guy's not on the level, not even close.
I don't know if he studies, but he introduced me to Hegel. I need a good teacher, man. Greg, I'm looking for someone to teach
Okay,
me.
Nargis, I'll teach you. I'll teach you for free. I'll fly you out to New Jersey. I'll teach you for free. But anyway, I don't want to talk about Hegel right now. I'm just bringing up Hegel to contrast him with his Neoplatonist influences, who, to my understanding, placed a much smaller emphasis on history as a totality or history as an aggregate. It was much more focused on the development of individual souls rather than. So, am I representing that correctly, Margaret?
Correctly.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you see why someone might be motivated? Like, if you buy into Neoplatonism generally, can you see why one might be motivated to posit that history as a whole or as an aggregate is metaphysically grounded and meaningful as like a teleological process unto itself?
I can, but he doesn't want to especially the Sadhurian model for Neoplatonism is not like Plotinus' model for Neoplatonism. It's similar, but it's not the same. Because here, like Nizam and I were reading about it in depth yesterday. I wish I had pinged you. So here, like he's saying that the essences, right, the human essences, Sadhura believes that they are nothing but different gradations of the essence of God itself. So one can posit that in this realm or dunya, or the world that holds the lowest position in the hierarchy, this essence that we have individually differs based on our proximity to the first intellect. First intellect being the highest of all virtues. The brighter the light within us, I'm using woo allegory, the higher the level in the essence of Greg, for example, versus the essence of me that perhaps holds a lower gradation because I'm not that close to my highest virtues or potentials. That's how he's seeing it. Unlike what Plotinus says, where he says that we actually exercise agency at the universal soul level and choose whether we still want to be in the first intellect, aka Jesus, the Word, or come all the way down to this world and experience duality. This is how they both differ, but very similar in gradation and things like that.
So that was all interesting, but it's not quite what I asked.
Yeah, and therefore it's the individual, because there's a variance in the essences, right? Because each essence is different. Therefore, the journey is that of the individual versus the collective, like what you're positing. If I've got your question right.
I see. Okay. All right.
Did I get your question correct?
You did. It makes sense.
Yeah. This is why he wouldn't say history of man, because all men are not the same as far as
time and time again on Chicago Report, the team takeovers. A lot of people seem to pass the buck when it comes.
How would you refute that? How are you refuting that?
Yeah, well, for Hegel, history is the crown of the entire system. It's the entire telos of nature and of the free organism is to organize rationally, and once you have the state, you immediately have history as just kind of the dialectical development of the state, essentially, as it progresses towards a state of self-transparent freedom.
Right. You see, the collective is doing it as a unison, right?
Yes.
I see. Yeah, I can grant that. I mean, maybe the entailment of then one can posit that the individual, when they, does he say all individuals hold the same standing?
No, certainly not. Yeah.
But he's saying the sum total of them contribute to this. I see. So
Yeah,
it's like a unified consciousness kind of something.
He calls it well, okay, I should say, people interpret, or rather people fail to interpret this nation spirits accurately. When Hegel says the spirit of a nation, he's not referring to probably what a Christian might call a principality or something like that. He's not suggesting that the state is literally a conscious entity. Although Rudolf Steiner goes further than Hegel and says, yes, indeed, there is a person, which is the nation of Germany, for instance, and it is like this personal entity. But anyway, that's Rudolf Steiner. That's not Hegel. But
I'll ask you one final question before I let you go. We've talked about it time and time again on Chicago.
That he calls the cunning of reason, which is basically universal reason acting in and through the selfish motivations of individuals. So Caesar was trying to advance himself. He had as an example, Caesar was trying to advance himself. He had personal ambitions and goals, but unbeknownst to him, he was accomplishing something larger than himself, which was necessary for the development of spirit, basically. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. I think the attainment of the individualist position too would be a collective, because I can say that what the Sadrian Neoplatonism is talking about is not merely the individual attaining its highest human potential, but that eventually, because all are connected, it results in a unification of these like something like a Wahdat al-Wujud concept of Ibn Arabi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ibn Arabi is pretty based.
Yeah, he's so based. So based.
Your tires shouldn't go lower than your belt.
Okay. If I on you.
So now you had to get rapey. You had to get all rapey there at the end. So you really didn't mean to talk to her about anything else, but you asking her to marry you, bro. You gotta maintain, man. Greg, you gotta get your shit together, Greg.
That's a retarded conclusion to walk away from.
No, it's a retarded conclusion from a retarded.
Yeah, so
If
I
you don't
agree.
agree,
It's a
you're gonna
retarded
be
conclusion
bad.
or a retarded thought. Namely, you
No.
make the conclusion. Yeah, I
All of
agree.
a sudden now.
I'm just quoting you, buddy. I'm just quoting you, buddy. You dug your own grave.
Yeah, now you want to insult me. Okay. Great. Wait, I want to get a Muslim up here. Let's get some.
Can you really? I've been trying to do this for so long.
I know. This guy totally got me out of the loop. I didn't even know what I'm sleeping when you guys have
Wait, Megatron, can you tell me what's your PTR?
What's in my PTR?
Yeah, your profile picture.
So my profile picture, and let me follow you. Can you follow me back? Are you allowed to follow me? Look.
Sure, yeah.
Very cool, alright. Now, my PTR is, if you look closely, these are images that are found all over the world. All over the world. So you see one is in Argentina, Arizona, Italy, Spain, all over the world, right? Arabia, so on and so forth. These stick figures are very, how can I say, they're very common. You notice that they all look the same, even though they're all over the world.
Not a lottery ticket. That's what my property tax bill jumped to just a decade in a single climate. Across the country, teacher, police, fire, and the tribes.
Hey, Darren. Welcome to Chicago. The place you called.
So now I'm going to set my other picture here. See this new one that I have?
Yeah.
This one right here?
EDF, yes.
So they did an experiment, and you see it is Arizona, Minia, Caucasus, Arabia, Italy, Venezuela, Spain, Mexico, plus in Arizona. Now you see that stick figure on the left with the two dots? It looks like a stick figure. Okay, so you know what Northern Lights are? So Northern Lights in Africa, because of the climate or whatever. So when there's a lot of ash in the sky, and the radiation seeps through, and the radiation can affect people enough where it gets you sick, whatever it is. You see that these streams of light that have this sort of, I forget what it's called. It's like a radiation rays. And the ozone layer and stuff, when there's this smog or like smoke in the sky, the sun comes directly in. It doesn't get blocked out. A lot of times you get these rays. That sort of rays. Yeah, let me get another picture for you. Hold on 1 second. Show you who performed the experiment. And what's funny is that they're trying to find this connection with these stick figures they find in caves all over the world. And, they did a few experiments, and they realized that the plasma radiation, when it looks like, that's what it looks like. That's what plasma radiation looks like. They put it in like some sort of like experiment or vacuum of some kind, and that's the only way they're associating those things with it. That makes sense. Or was that too stupid?
No, I mean, yeah, it's like it looks interesting for sure. But do you think like is this like some sort of like God or something? I'm not sure.
No. What it is it's a natural thing that happens when radiation from comes into the world, comes in, and then we have to kind of like, it gives like this northern lights, but it only happens happens when the earth is affected by these changes. So if there's radiation in the sky, and it's the end of the ice age, and then there's massive amounts of floods everywhere where the weather is very erratic, and it's not really good to be out there. And this doesn't happen all over the world at the same time. It happens in different spots. Depending on where you are, you're going to have to wait for the storm to leave. This is that the weather becomes so unpredictable that if you leave the safe haven that you are in, which is the cave or whatever, you might get stuck out there and never be able to come back. A lot of groups just found themselves in these caves that they find all over the world. And then the stupid people think that we're like cave people, but we're not. We're just trying to survive. Because when the catastrophic winds and sandstorms, along with floods, along with all these other things that happen, all you're like, whatever. It doesn't really concern me. It's not something of interest. Like I don't really care one way or another, on these issues. That confuses me. But then, just from the fact that I'm saying about this import that these questions Chicago. Yeah, like the Bible? Well, like you don't care to find out, because obviously there's brilliant people out there that are things that I think are potent. I don't think this is a matter of just believe what you want to believe. I actually think that Christianity is objectively true. It is the actual truth of reality. Like reality, if you parse the economic core of the fabric of reality, what we're dealing with is the Christian reality, the framework. That is actually the true nature of reality. So what I'm saying is like,
I'll ask you one final question before I let you go.
Get to that truth rationally, and I think that you would start by just saying, is there a being that created the universe? And I think I think there's very good evidence for people who are open to looking at it. Like I think fine tuning and psychophysical harmony. I think these are good evidences for a creator. MJ, the guy that comes on here, he's a Christian philosopher. He's working on the Kalam, right? Now, I don't run the Kalam myself. I understand people want to say that there could be a beginningless past and all of that stuff.
Ask you one final question before.
Fine-tuning argument is that.
Yeah, so we think.
Ask you one final.
But if you were to come to the conclusion that there was a creator, and then you say, well, okay, what best represents that? If there is any kind of tradition that would reflect that, then you can move from creator to a specific faith tradition. So I'm just curious. When I say apathetic, I'm just saying from what I hear you say, it's almost like you're like, well, I looked into it when I was in it, I put it down, and now I'm just like, it doesn't serve me. And when you say that, it's almost like you're kind of just disinterested in looking at it and examining the arguments for and against over time.
I'm just curious, but haven't you guys been saying that back and forth for like 2 hours?
No, but let him go. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that at this moment in my life, it doesn't, like these type of conversations to the point, like back in the day, I would like really argue with people about all kinds of things 24/7. But just where I am in life now, I've just come to a resolve personally. But when it comes to like man, you mentioned something. Dang, when Sully came off mic, it kind of freaking knocked it out of my head.
Totally.
Dang it. Just something I wanted to mention.
But I mean, you guys were saying this stuff 2 hours.
Yeah, we weren't. Important questions, though, like the way that these things affect your life.
Ask you one final question before I.
Fine-tuning arguments for God, for the Bible.
Ask you one final question before I let you go. We've talked about it time and time again on Chicago Report, the team takeovers. A lot of people seem to pass the buck when it comes to this topic. They say, social media is to blame. We rarely hear that people come out.
God's existence, or at least, you're both don't affirm God's existence. Are there any conservative views that you take that you could kick?
That's what it was.
Good. That you could kick him in his leftist gonads, just to kind of spite him a little bit for coming out.
We just don't know why the fine-tuning argument is bad.
No, we won't.
So I was gonna say this. I was gonna say for reference. So in terms of, because I think you mentioned morality. That's actually one of the things that led me to, just drop in totality. Because when the idea, and this is just like things, once you start really looking into like ancient laws concerning like slavery, concerning war, and things like that, how to go about, genocide, because let's just be real. If what Joshua did.
This is what I made today, bro.
There's no getting around it.
All of
The
this.
cleansing of the land.
While you playing Monsters and Aliens in your mother's basement, I was doing tax returns for cash money.
Okay.
Still from a
But
credit
that's just
card for
what
most
it
of
was. When I look at things like that, and then I look at and compare it to other nations, their laws, I don't see this in the law.
This is what I made today,
When it comes to
Dirt under your nails.
their priestly practices, some of their temple practices were unique. Like it was just things like that for me. Just really analyzing and doing comparative analysis with the Hittites and how they went about things, and other Canaanite nations and how they went about things, and then looking at the law of Moses and what
Ask you
it
one
really
final
is
question
saying.
before I let you go. We've
What's
talked
really
about it
going
time and
on
time again
when it
on
comes to outright genocide, when it comes to outright xenophobia, if we're just going to be honest, the hatred of other people groups that's entrenched within it. When it comes to how certain cases are dealt with when you have women and you take women from after war, and how you operate and deal with women, and stuff like that. If you take them for a while, it's just stuff like that. That was like, and then there's other stuff. There's just too much to talk about right now.
Well, these seem like reasons that you're just saying that you find so these are conclusions you come to about the narrative that you seem to. You feel like there's enough reason to discredit it, right? Not accept it. But I'm saying some of that stuff.
I don't think it's not just to discredit it. It's just the idea that Yahweh, God, is all perfect, all plans perfectly, does everything right.
You heard about the Illinois Juvenile Detention Center lawsuit?
Our second panel consists of five of the most successful hedge fund managers of 2007. George Soros. I was today.
If you really want to make money, it's actually easy. Found a magentic AI company. And I don't mean one.
I have these same questions. Why didn't Yahweh or God make the law of Moses in a certain way to where it would be without these issues like slavery, genocide, how you deal with women after you kill all the men and then you take them as a wife if you want to. Why didn't he make it like, you know, I don't know. I don't want to keep going.
No, that's
So,
fine. It seems like a different question. Because I think the issue is it true? And then maybe you might say, well, maybe there's a sense of morality or it's just a way that I don't like or something like that. That could be like a further question. Or if you're saying like, hey, this stuff in and of itself should lead somebody to think it's not true because there's these things that are conflicting with what I think is moral. And I think we could parse that out either way. There's a lot of stuff there to talk about.
Can I slide in?
Go ahead, Charles.
Yeah, I'll be quick. So, part of the issue is judging the document and the narrative according to a, 21st century sort of Western civilization morality, which ironically, themes from the Bible and concepts from the Bible actually help define what we know today
one final
as
question before
Western
I let you go. We've
civilization.
talked about it time and time again on Chicago Report, the team takeovers. A lot of people seem to pass the buck when it comes to this topic. They say, social media is to blame. We rarely hear that people come asking one final
to the conversation. It would be better to judge it.
Ask you one final.
Don't you guys believe in like moral progress and stuff, Charles?
Yeah. Hang on a second, man.
I know, right? You rambled.
Well, I mean, it's hard to ramble when you've been talking under a minute. Like, that's weird. But anyway, okay. You say rambling as if I had been talking for 8 minutes. That's crazy work. But yeah, so it would be more honest to the conversation to judge the documents or the manuscripts or the scrolls within the context in which they appear, or maybe comparatively to how other surrounding nations treated women or treated prisoners of war or treated slaves. I mean, and I think that when you do that sort of analysis, not justifying anything or trying to gaslight, which is what a lot of religious people do about stuff in the Old Testament that, 21st century mores would consider problematic, right? To say the least. Not to gaslight about these things, but to give them an honest contextual evaluation rather than a one-to-one comparison to our 21st century mores. I feel like that's a more honest way to have the discussion, but it's just my opinion.
The young Stephen Ross, I don't think I need a lawyer. Our country has spent now close to $30 billion.
Progress that our 21st century mores have gotten closer to, what's actually moral than people were in the past. It's kind of pointed, but it makes no difference that we're making these judgments in the 21st century.
It's irrelevant.
If you think God is really good for all time, then it shouldn't make much of a difference.
I would say the next 24 months are going to
you're not think that like there's been any more progress since
and if I were to look into the fraud at one of these NGOs and say that I received like 4 migrants, I could receive a $4,000 civil fine, a $10,000 criminal fine, or $50,000 felony. If this bill gets passed, and not only that, they'll also have the power to take me out of my
condemn is
What are you?
More progress is a great thing. I think we've advanced leaps and bounds beyond where we were in the 20th century. And I think that we'll go even further as time progresses. And I think that this is a great thing. So I'm not saying anything against that.
You are the scam.
All I'm saying is that God is good for all time, of course. But God was dealing with certain people at a certain time. And that contextual relevance is of paramount importance when we're going to do a textual criticism. And having had textual criticism classes, I know that that's what it entails. And I feel like a textual critic's approach
when you
is a whole lot more honest than what some atheists and agnostics are.
When you and the market was fraud and crimes. Never. You are the scam.
You mentioned something interesting. You said the nation that we currently inhabit,
Yeah, so
a lot of some of the things that shaped it, one of those things were the Bible. So, what about the things that it got from the Bible that, they used to support slavery and things like that?
Yeah, I believe I was a bit more nuanced than that. To be perfectly honest about my own commentary, I believe that I said some themes. I believe the word I used
Ask you one final question before I let you go. We've talked about it time and time again on Chicago Report,
so
the team takeovers. A lot of people seem to pass the buck when it comes to this topic. They say, social media is to blame. We rarely hear that people come out.
And I feel like evaluating my commentary will allow us to see mirrors of what makes up Western society. In biblical faith, I believe that our social safety net contains the theme of Christ and those caring for the poor, and making that a cornerstone of ministry. I believe that when the Bible says honor your father and mother, that's dealing with your material possessions. I believe that's demonstrated in Social Security, for example, or the existence of old folks' homes. That's what I mean by
Day number one, I will arrest all CT leaders and Brandon Johnson under RICO.
Even 2 or 3 witnesses being needed to condemn a person. That's the reason why Moses, the lawgiver, is atop the Supreme Court, because there are themes that are present from that in American jurisprudence. And there's several more examples.
So what about the theme that they could get from the Apostle Paul, where it talks about a slave should obey their master? Could that be a theme that somebody could deduce from the New Testament?
Yeah, definitely they did, but they did so dishonestly. Of course, we know that Exodus 21:16 says, whoever steals a man and sells him gets the death penalty, shall be put to death.
What if you
So we know. Hang on a second. Can I get the thought out? Yeah, just let me get it out real quick. I won't be long. That's a concept that the people who were adapting slavery themes from the Bible, that's one of those verses that they completely left out, and they left it out for a reason, right? They were stealing the so they definitely left out the verse that says that people that do that should get the death penalty. So their creation of the slave Bible, for example, was a very disingenuous and out of context approach to biblical themes, because they had a vested interest in doing so, and that interest was profit, not prophet, P-R-O-P-H-E-T, but profit, P-R-O-F-I-T. And so they wanted the slaves to be docile, and they didn't want a repeat of the Haitian Revolution on America's shores. And so they nefariously crafted themes from the Bible dealing with slavery that coincidentally and consistently actually omitted certain inconvenient verses that dealt with slavery, as I just pointed out. So they had a very dishonest application of themes as it related to slavery. They weren't interested in treating their slaves well. They were interested in maximizing profits and keeping their slaves.
Could you, what does treating a slave well look like?
Well, not a question for me, a question for them. Because they're the ones who crafted I don't believe it's possible to treat a slave well. That's not within the parameters of my expression. I believe that if a person is a slave, that in and of itself they're not being treated well. Anytime you deprive a person, oh my goodness, that's a completely unrelated motif.
I'm just asking.
Can we do? Well, yeah, I'm a slave to Christ. I'm also a slave to my wife, but all these are different motifs of the same word. So can we do one motif at a time? So right now we're talking about slave from the motif of a person working and not benefiting from the fruit of their labor and from the capital that is generated from their labor. That's a completely different motif from being a slave to Christ or from me being a slave to my wife. So we got to keep it, so we got to keep these categories separated,
Yeah, I got you. So you're saying that as long as the slave is benefiting somehow from his slave work or her slave work, it's okay.
Nah, I did. Well, you're not gonna trap me into saying slavery is okay.
It's not a trap. I mean, you're.
Nah, it's now where I'm from, I'm kind of keen at sussing out trick bags.
It's not a
And
trick bag.
it's a trick bag, brother. It's a trick bag. So are you saying that as long as a slave is benefiting from the fruit of the labor, it's okay? That's what. Now, if that's if that's not a trick bag to try to get me to say that slavery is okay, I don't know what is. But I done just fall off the turnip truck. Now I know I sound country, but I know I'm dull of tongue, but I'm not dull of mind. You understand?
All right. Yeah.
So you've been yapping quite a bit.
Wait, because that's not even. I don't know why you guys always think somebody's trying to trap you. It's never that deep. I'm asking genuine questions because when you make statements, I have to get clarity. So and I got clarity from that statement. I can't talk for you, but most Christians, they defend the law of Moses. They defend Moses because the law of Moses came from their God, and nothing that their God does is bad. So within that law, because that you can own slaves, then slavery is okay. Or there is some form of righteous slavery. So that's why I asked you, a Christian, that question, because I assumed that since you're a Christian, you wouldn't say that all slavery is wrong, because within the book that your God made, which is the Torah, he allows and puts slavery in there and gives rules for it, and even says in Deuteronomy chapter 4 that this is Israel's righteousness. So whatever in that law is righteous. So whatever decrees he made on slavery, and the slavery itself is righteous. So that's why. But I apologize that I assumed that. I wasn't trying to do a trick bag, as you said, or anything like that. But so now I know. So you don't think that slavery is okay when, in general, you don't think that slavery is okay.
No, I don't think that slavery is okay at all. Anytime somebody is being worked and they're not being paid for their labor is immoral in and of itself. So the institution of slavery is immoral. So I'm not here to defend slavery. I'm not even here to defend the law of Moses. In fact, I believe in the new covenant. So I mean, maybe that's a good question for a rabbi like that. But here's the thing about stuff that comes from God. When God has made a covenant with people, and the people that God made a covenant with are imperfect, are flawed, then the covenant is flawed. And this is what Hebrews chapter 8, verses 6 through 13 actually and literally and verbatim teaches, that there was fault in the covenant. And that was the covenant of the law, because it was made with fallible people. And so because it's made with fallible people, we have institutions in there that are going to be regulated, like slavery and divorce. And I use those two to contrast, because God says that he hates divorce in one place. But then he allows it and Jesus clarifies this. He says that because of the hardness of your hearts, God allowed it. But that was never his plan. So that's something that he allowed Moses to implement. And so that's a prime example of what I'm saying, of God regulating an institution. And he regulates it because, of course, people being, the wicked individuals that they are, of course, abused it. And whatever they didn't like about a woman, they just write up bill of divorce and send her out the house and just kind of get them another. And so, oh my goodness, well, you have to ask him that. I'm not. Surely he could have just said, don't ever divorce, and don't ever own slaves, and don't ever do X, Y, and Z. I mean, he could have done that. Why he didn't do that, that's not a question I can answer. You gotta ask him that. But I just want to finish the point I'm trying to make.
Charles,
which is that,
I would expect him to say that, Charles.
Okay, and your expectations for him don't have anything to do with Charles Johnson. So I don't know why I'm being included in that.
I don't. Okay.
Yeah, they don't have anything to do with
Charles. You just
your expectations of God don't have anything to do with Charles Johnson. I'm just trying to give an answer to what was posited to me. I'm just Charles Johnson. I didn't create nothing.
Chicago man,
But anyway, yeah, I'm just trying to wrap up my thoughts like real quick. If you wouldn't mind giving me 19 seconds to wrap my thoughts up, and then somebody else can speak, of course.
You have not been babbling.
Well, I doubt I've been babbling, but you can call it babbling. You can call it whatever you want to call it. I don't care, really. I don't care what you call it. I'm just trying to finish it. Yeah, I don't care though. But I mean, yeah, that doesn't mean anything to me. Your descriptive of my communication is meaningless.
Everybody continue babbling.
And now you're speaking for what everybody can see, which speaks to your level of pomposity. It speaks to your level of pomposity for you to presume to speak on what everyone can see. Yeah, everyone, right? Yeah, everyone agrees.
The funny part is once we reach this stage, the more he goes on
man. I mean, it's okay, man, but this level of narcissism needs to be studied. I mean, wow, this is an astounding level of narcissism here. But be that as it may, I'm sure somebody in here with a slight degree could get a grant from the government to study this level of narcissism. I think they should. I think y'all should get that grant written. Be some money in it for you. But in any event, so as I'm finishing up my real point now, just because something is in the law of Moses and regulated does not mean that God approves of it or that God is He simply regulating.
what I said 5 times.
He's simply regulating which people were already doing, and he regulates it to elevate what
if I may be allowed to finish,
so that they can.
Because they bad.
Okay, well, yeah, and I'm going to press my way through to the end of my 19 seconds. So
I know, but
I guess it's tough for me to make it through. I guess it's tough for me to get through 19 seconds without interrupting.
But you said he's going to take a pause after that, so let's just.
Yeah, I'm almost there, man.
Why do you allow this?
Like, can I make it to the end of my 19 seconds? Is that possible? I'm almost there. I'm probably at the 12-second mark, so I just need a few more seconds there.
Not have nothing.
Just a few more, man, and then we're gonna let you make your sandwich, man. We're gonna let you make your sandwich. I hope you use Romanian pastrami. It's excellent sandwich meat. I don't know if you have a Kroger where you are, but that Romanian.
See, he just
it's a chef's kit.
He vomits up words.
I recommend you making your sandwiches out of Romanian pastrami, if you don't mind. Get some boar's head.
Nicholas Charles, can you repeat the thing again, just so that you don't have to?
No, I'm done. I'm actually landing on Romanian pastrami. That's a great place to land, and everyone should make their sandwiches out of it. Yeah, there you go.
Totally necessary. And so basically, slavery bad, but God saying it's okay is okay.
I apologize for Sully's behavior, Charles. I just want you to know that, and I appreciate you, brother. So Sully gave us a response. I'm gonna.
I was hoping you were gonna take your next 19 seconds to tell us exactly how Jesus banned slavery in the Bible.
I'm gonna go on. He didn't, because slavery's still okay. I'm gonna go on ahead and bounce up out of here. I gotta get something to eat. Charles, thank you for your explanations. And I just want everybody to know. I'm not against Christianity. I'm not against Judaism.
I'll ask you one final question before I let you go. We've
just like Greek mythology. Y'all have a nice rest.
Hey, check your messages.
Okay, thank you. Nobody cares, by the way. So.
Bill, check your messages and come back when you can, buddy. When you're done eating or something, if you want to. We'll be here, probably.
Can we analyze?
Charles, you have such a way with words. It's always a pleasure.
Can we analyze before we move on?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's put the Sully narcissism on display. So now,
Ask me
Sully,
one final
you
question.
said nobody cares in the room. You said everybody thinks he's rambling. Do you think it?
Yeah, everybody thought he was rambling, for sure, 100%. Now, they didn't say that they can deny it, but they could lie.
Yeah, so you think everybody's just gonna be lying? Like, do you?
Oh, if they say he wasn't rambling, yes, for sure.
I don't.
100%. Anybody who's like in the show, he wasn't rambling.
Hey,
Liar.
so, I'm gonna let you know the secret, Sully. Just because people don't use like big words like you guys throw around a lot, you think that.
Listen, Tamario, this wasn't an invitation for you to start rambling, bro, okay?
That doesn't mean
Nia, that wasn't an invitation for you to yap up either.
Yeah, you're just so you just say everybody's yapping and rambling, and that's
You know what? Michaela has a right to
think you're witty.
How about we hear from Michaela really
You
quick?
guys remember when Saul
You know
was
what?
like the most mediocre?
I propose that we take a listen
like
to Michaela.
big.
Deepak, I propose that we take a listen to what Michaela has to say.
I propose that Saul
Let me not finish, but
Ask me
Nina,
one
it's
final
not like
question
you're
before
talking
I.
to Deepak. Are you like a silly
Ask me
person?
one final question before I
we should talk each other on the stage. We don't take you.
Yeah, that's cool. Then just butt out. What the fuck? Let me shit talk back then. I don't like what.
Tell me I'm yapping.
You're acting like she's making a serious contribution. And she's not just shitting on me.
Don't interrupt people and make me talk.
You're treating it like it's a serious contribution.
Have you made a serious
Ask me one final
contribution?
question before.
Only the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, but Deepak, why are you treating Dina as if she's not just like
somebody
yapping
asked
at me
Sully
out of like
as a
some kind of
friend.
He's
Can
just
somebody
yapping.
ask Sully as a friend so we can get him off 666 friends, please? Like, can somebody please do that?
Actually, I am in control of that, so good luck.
I'm actually gonna add you so you can go to 667. Add me.
It doesn't work like that.
I've been on Sully for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, and I've never been on Sully's friends list because he needs his friends list to be at 666 to make a point.
Oh, it's on purpose, Mike.
Yeah, pretty much. And if somebody tries to unadd me, I just have a like queue of people I can just add to make the gap.
Damn, Solly, you're cool.
That's crazy.
Disciple, a couple things were said. I wish you would have been here for a deal. He said
Ask
that
me
Jesus did
one
not
final question.
fulfill Old Testament
Ask
prophecy.
me one final question before I let you go.
I do want you to comment maybe briefly, if you'd like to, on Sully's narcissism. I think that would be good to speak about. And then also, do you think Charles was rambling, Disciple? Because I like listening to Charles, to be quite frankly. He reminds me of like an old time preacher. And when he speaks, it's there's something soothing about it. Even if I disagree with him on certain theological issues, which I do. But I appreciate his contribution.
I actually agree, and I want to, like, I wasn't listening closely, so I can't really comment on the content, but it was really nice.
Ask me
listening
one
to
final
it.
question
Maybe
before I
it
let
sounds
you
like
go. We've
weirdly.
talked about it time and time again on Chicago Report, the team takeovers. A lot of people seem to pass the buck when it comes to this topic. They say, social media is to blame. Where do you hear that?
But for some reason, Sully actually denies it, which is really weird. And I don't
Which
understand.
person?
Charles.
Oh, Charles.
Yes.
I like when he says audacity.
Well, I guess that's some common ground. That's throwing a little bit of love, I guess, Charles. That's something. But nonetheless, all right, very good. Disciple, did you hear any of the conversation?
I'm currently helping my kids with some spelling homework, so.
That doesn't take precedence above ours.
Yeah.
So I've heard a little bit of it.
That.
I've heard a little bit of it, but I don't think I'll be able to speak.
Okay, well, young brother, don't just fade off into the distance. You're painfully and obviously absent.
Ask me one final question before I let you go. We've talked about it time and time again on Chicago Report, the team takeovers. A lot of people seem to pass the buck when it comes to this topic. They say, social media is to blame.
Did he sound too much like a old Negro preacher? Like what?
Well, it couldn't be that, because I like Cornel West.
Well, everybody seemed to like it, but you're in the minority here, so I'm just curious.
What are you talking?
What
What made you think he was rambling?
He said everybody was.
Well, he was repeating the same things over and over again. For those of you who weren't getting like captivated by the sound of his voice and were paying attention to what he was saying, you would have noticed like he would take like something you could say with one sentence and then say it like 8.
So he was like
And also,
you were like interrupting him as he was talking, kind of like how I'm gonna just interrupt now you as you continue to talk, and you won't be able to make any points or say anything or make a contribution because we'll just keep interrupting you like that. Hello?
okay, good luck.
As much as I don't like John Kitover, I do like that little contribution you just made. By the way, John, I saw your IG video of you giving people socks.
That's why I have universal box.
He's giving people back shots.
No. He's a doctor.
I heard you had difficulty determining whether that video was AI or real, and people were questioning your intelligence because you were incapable. Oh, now you didn't look at it. Got it. Okay, never mind. No, you didn't look at it. Got it. Never mind.
I didn't look at it. Close enough to see a watermark or whatever it was that showed that it was made by AI. But I assume that.
Andrew thinks that's the signal that something is AI.
Well, no, because somebody said there's something on it that said it. Somebody said that. They said you can see it. There's a mark on it. That's not how I would determine it. But sorry, that's.
I never muted anyone, okay?
But that's fine. Universe muted himself, and so be it. Nina, good to see you. Hope, man.
Andrew, was the conversation about biblical slavery? I couldn't hear over.
No, are you talking? We were just talking about the Old Testament morality. If you're talking about the thing that I quote melted down, unquote, which I did get pretty lively spirited on, and Converse rebuked me for using my time to engage people like CM and Abe. He felt like I shouldn't be doing such a thing, and that I'm going to be stoned to death in the kingdom of God due to the fact that I spent time engaging CM and Abe on this issue as to whether claims are evidence, which literally there was a complete 180 done by both Abe and CM on this.
Claims of what? You remind me on the fact claims of what again?
Evidence.
Evidence? Wait, forward? Oh, wow, okay, could you explain it again to me from the beginning?
Deepak, did you not hear me? Deepak, are you just, do your thing? Okay, so.
You always confuse me when you do that.
Yeah, so here's.
Yeah, but see, slavery in the Bible.
Shut up, we're not listening to you. No.
I'm LeBron James.
Slavery was in the Bible.
So what it was is that when I used to say testimony is evidence, Abe and CM would freak out.
Saying it's not evidence again.
They would freak out and say, no, that's not true. It's not evidence. And then later they said, well, it's a trivial amount of evidence, which actually it just depends on the context, because a testimony can be tremendous evidence depending on the context. But anyway, they would say it's a trivial amount of evidence. And now they've done a complete 180 once again, and now they're saying testimony or claims are not evidence, that they're actually things that you need to support with evidence. You need to bring evidence to bear on a claim, to bear on a testimony, that they themselves are not evidence, which is false. And it literally, a claim by itself can bring you from not having a belief to having a belief. And that is evidence. And it's pretty crazy. It literally raises the probability of some particular thing being true. It is the case that if somebody says, I bought a soccer ball, and you know that they're.
Why are you bungling this again?
Oh, hold on, sorry.
You're just bungling it again.
I'll bungle you in a second, just hold on. It is the case that when somebody says that they bought a soccer ball, and they love soccer, and they have all this history of being soccer players and loving, watching professional games and all this stuff, that you have good background information on them, that it's going to be like, hey, when they say that, that is strong evidence that they actually bought a soccer ball.
Yeah, in some contexts, claims are evidence.
Yeah, of course. But the point is that they are still denying that the claim in and of itself is evidence. Yeah, of course it's up against.
Well, it's evidence relevant to your background.
Against what? General mutilation, political deranged, abuse, fraud, mental illness.
You have is the evidence, and the claim is a claim, and the background.
The claim is the thing that counts as evidence relative to the background.
Correct. and that is the same thing that I've been telling them, but they both want to deny that. And so that being said, Nina, I was a little spirited about it. That's what Sam's referring to as the meltdown. So.
I see. Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, you betcha. But now we are on Old Testament morality. Sully says, God bad. God
slaves. No.
Wait. Can I ask the Christian something, Andrew? Can I?
Yes. We've got converse, disciple to the Charles.
Yeah.
And,
so let me
and
ask the Christians. Can you guys hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So there's a couple books I read about this that I thought, and I'm not really a Christian anymore, but I thought that it satisfied that for me, where they're talking about how Jesus would bring up Old Testament scripture and say, and you have heard it said, but I have said, and then he would elevate it or intensify it towards like compassion and nonviolence, and he talked about so many different things. I don't know if he ever specifically talked about slavery, just like he never specifically talked about child abuse or, prostitution or a lot of things, but he would say things and then he would say, I've come to fulfill this by making it more compassionate. Now that I'm here, we have to be against these things like war, genocide. He specifically mentioned genocide. And I'm just curious how Christians feel about that. Do you feel like maybe that can help me come to terms with
I think the big problem with that is like what the word fulfill actually means. A lot of people have different ideas about what that means.
Yeah, so in these two books, fulfill meant that he came, I don't know specifically about what he did, like mystically or theologically, but with this, it meant like, he would say, so he would go into the synagogues and say, you have heard this said about genocide, and he would quote the scripture about genocide, and then he would leave out certain parts in it, and then he would say, but I say, and it was a very specific message, according to these two authors, that this wasn't okay, this was wrong, and the books say this, but now we're moving towards this, and I just don't know why.
Like in Matthew 18, I think it's 18, where it says Moses permitted you to write a bill of divorce, but it was not that way from the beginning.
Yeah, lots of things. So, do we really have to stay in this slavery?
Andrew, so CM wants me to ask you this. He says, according to Andrew, claiming slavery is good is evidence that slavery is good.
Andrew, you don't think slavery is good, do you? Thanks, Converse, for that. I think this was a pretty amazing, these books were pretty amazing. I don't know why Christians don't kind of wrestle with that more instead of just trying to argue that slavery is good.
Andrew, do you think that?
I agree. Andrew's pretending to be on the phone right now.
Andrew?
Andrew's like, a woman is speaking, who can I call?
I think that...
CM, you're saying, dude, I don't know if CM's saying Andrew said this or something, or if he's just making this because he still doesn't get the point about this. Like, saying that claims are evidence doesn't mean that every claim is always evidence for its own truth or whatever.
Well, I don't know what Sam's claiming in the chat, but his claims don't count as evidence.
I just think it's bad. I got CM. No, see, it's just not. It's not.
What was the
it's
question?
not universal CM. It's not that claiming anything in any context is always evidence that the claim is true. That's not what anybody is saying. I think
I guess the question is for those who believe in the Old Testament and the New Testament. In the New Testament, there are claims that Jesus contradicted, in a sense, a lot of the things in the Old Testament. So why do we focus so much on what was said? I mean, it's important what was said in the Old Testament, but why do we make that indicative of God's character? Whenever Jesus said he came to fulfill, to enlighten us about, to set us on a different path towards understanding what God felt and wanted.
So, I believe it's correction, not necessarily. So Pharisees and the Sadducees, they created laws outside of even the Mosaic law. And so there were things that Christ corrected because they didn't even have it right. And then he focused on the spirit of the law and just reconciled it back to what the Mosaic law was. That's my perspective. So I don't think Christ taught against the law at all.
I don't think he taught against the law either. I guess.
Because even he says in a verse, the Sadducees and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat, which is they're giving the law, and they say do as they say, but don't do as they do. Because as long as they're telling them what the law is, you're supposed to follow it. But you're not supposed to follow those who are hypocrites, because that's what they were. They would say one thing and do the exact opposite. So I think, so they have that aspect.
Hi, can you place an order for pickup? Can I get a large cheese pizza with garlic? Yep. No, that's it. John. John, J-O-H-N. 312-498-0517. Okay, great. See you soon. Thanks.
So everyone could be reconciled back to God. So there was a lot of separations and a lot of laws. If you broke the law, you were exiled or put to death, and you were not able to come back to the fold. So when Christ came, he established a way for those who were outside of the covenant to come back. So again, going back to what you're saying about the genocide, I mean, I just think those were just like, even with the Noah's flood, like he wiped out everyone except for 8 souls. So I just think that judgment at that time was instant, and now it's not, from the perspective of God.
That's interesting. Just real quick, from these 2 books I read, that I do agree with Caleb that the Bible is polyvocal. It's not a univocal book. It's basically a conversation between men about God. Stories are used to explain really complicated truths, and they would say that it's multivocal, and there was that basically the whole genocide, all these things about genocide, and that would be men. I don't know though. That's a big question, but I'm just curious how Christians can deal with that.
So you know what? Here, this is how I see it. There was a time that God was open to everyone. Then he selected his chosen people. Then he required his chosen people to do certain things. If they honored him, he made sure that they were protected. And when certain commandments were given out and they followed them, and then people attacked them for those things, or go to the promised land and people would attack them, then for their particular God, who there's many verses in the Old Testament say, you are the people, you're the only people I know of the world. So their God, because this is their story, you know, just like if you wrote your own history about your family, it will be your story and no one else. Their God was wiping out their enemies. And I think that if we as Christians don't accept that's what it happens, it's hard to explain the genocide. Oh, God loves everybody and all this stuff. But how do you reconcile the babies being killed, or him wiping out nations of people, or all of these things that happened when it came to judgment? And I think that because the narrative is not given where they can just say this was the God of the Israelites, and there's actually verses that said that he gave other gods like the sun, the stars, and the moon to be worshipped by other nations, and that he was the only God for Israel, and this is their story. So because we take on this mindset of God loves everybody throughout the whole chapter, not the whole chapter, throughout the whole Bible, I can see
one final question.
In the New Testament, but in the Old Testament, he was focused focused on the nation of Israel. And we just have to understand that.
You just gotta accept it that all y'all Christians are heretics. That's who you are.
Wait, I didn't hear that. What'd you say, Elliot? Say that again.
Every Christian is a heretic. Okay, that's why, like if you break the law, if you claim to be God like Jesus did, the Mosaic law is clear. That warrants a capital.
When did Jesus claim to be God?
All over the place.
Okay, well, we would have to.
John, don't you guys like to say that he claimed to be God?
In John, when he said, "Ye are gods."
No,
the one where he's like, he does all the I ams.
No, I am, and you know what that there's the ego I me in the Greek is throughout the whole. Everybody was saying I am.
Yeah.
And I am is not the name of God. God's name is Yahweh.
The Yahweh and Ashar, Hi Ashar, I am that I am. Those are the only difference between those is that one is third person and one's first person.
Yep.
So Yahweh is the way to say that I am without attributing it to yourself.
I think that's a far stretch because he said I am the way, the truth, and the life. He did say he was or I am the Messiah. So the claims that he made, if you don't know what you worship, all of these things focused on recognizing that he was the Messiah. He's the way. I am the way, truth, and the life.
He says he says that unless you believe that I am, you will die in your sin.
Right, but if Christ, wait, hold on. If you don't believe that Christ is the Messiah and he came down for the salvation of others.
And he says
He didn't say no. Wait.
Before Abraham was I am.
He is the lamb slain before the foundations of the earth.
No, but it can't be talking about present. It can't be talking about the tense because if he said
I get past tense though. You're giving me.
Just listen to what I'm saying. If he would have been saying before Abraham was, there was a time in which, I was doing something, but he's not claiming I am. It would have said before Abraham was, I was. But it says I am.
But even so, if you're saying before Abraham was, if you're saying it's future tense, if you read that verse, Abraham rejoiced to see my day.
It's not tense. It's not tense. It's just like I am. It's like present. Before he was, I am. He would have said before he was, I was.
You would have to show and argue for that because that could be anything. Present would be he's the Messiah because he's the way, the truth, and the life. You have one mediator and one Lord. You cannot get to the Father but through me. So if you can't get through him, then how are you going to get to the Father?
Yeah, but those are two different statements.
I know.
You have to look at what it was responded to. Yeah.
Yeah,
I understand. We can.
Well, too bad. No,
One final question before I let you go. We've talked about it time and time again on Chicago Report, the team takeovers. A lot of people seem to pass the buck when it comes to this topic. They say, social media is to blame. We rarely hear.
They can be off. They can be off. I
would like to. Did the middle of my sentence stop the beginning of yours? It was on the telephone. Then I'm just trying to hold out till you get that.
Do a little twang.
Chicago, we're free to move again.
All right, go ahead.
No, I wish I could speak like Charles because then everybody would listen.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you some southern vernacular class. I have you sounding like a Tennessean in no time.
Oh my goodness.
No, lay it out to the dog. I got a question. I'm gonna wait for Lieutenant and Charles. So go ahead and lay it out.
Just my bipolar. Mine basically, I just sunk into very.
So it's a lot.
You
and I could probably have in private, and we can work it out. So it's all good.
Okay, well that's fine. I just want to ask you guys one question because I want to hear your response to this.
Nina, no, Andrew. Nina had a question for you before you went on.
Oh,
I was trying to just fill in the gap.
So I didn't hear it. Sorry. What was it, Nina?
It's all right. We can move on.
No, what'd you
No, Nina, go ahead.
What'd you ask?
No, we should really reset to Nina's question.
It's just about the youth and